Hold on. Wait, what? Is the Pope? Alright. I don't know how to say this, but I think the Pope might be a socialist, which is awkward considering the fact, well, as Family Guy puts it, he's the freaking Pope. And, well, you're not supposed to put anything above God, especially for the man who's supposed to be God's representative on Earth. Anyway, I'm coming here from ABC News. Pope, the market capitalism has failed in pandemic, needs reform. God, this reminds me of that Eric and Andre meme where he shoots the guy and just asks, who shot him? Because, well, let's face it, everything happened in this pandemic won't happen because, well, everything was locked down. Other than that, everything would have kept going along as normal. But here, Rome. Pope Francis says the coronavirus pandemic has proven magical theories of market capitalism has failed the world and needs a new type of politics that promotes dialogue and solidarity and rejects war at all costs. Well, this is kind of awkward. He is rejecting capitalism despite the fact capitalism is championed by the Mises Institute. Here goes from the Mises Institute store. Well, not really Mises Institute, but it comes from Austrian economics, which comes from this fellow, St. Thomas Aquinas, famous theologian in the Catholic Church, who sought to explain the full range of actions social organization. Anyway, here goes. Here goes. Where was it? It was the fact that the Austrian School of Economics was to find a way of economics that can actually stop war and promote free trade and helping between people. As here it is, moral theologians, they urge government to obey ethical structures against theft and murder. Otherwise, the Austrian school, or capitalism, was adopted as moral theologians urge governments to obey ethical structures against theft and murder. You can't have socialism without stealing from other people. Socialism is the redistribution of wealth. And he says a magical theory of market capitalism. So in other words, people freely exchanging goods. Now that I think about it, I probably should explain my terms. If in this situation, capitalism is the private exchange of private goods. Socialism is the redistribution of private property, usually by a government force. And, well, here it is from the Hill. Quote, pandemic shows trickle-down economic policies don't work. Alright, a little bit of showing with economics. There is no such thing as trickle-down economics. That comes from a guy in the, FDR administration just saying something. In reality, what we think of trickle-down economics is really called supply-side economics, in which you loosen taxes on everybody, but especially the producers of society. Therefore, they can go spend it off on other places that employs more people. Like, for instance, let's use Jeff Bezos, for example. If you cut taxes on a regular Amazon employee, they're just going to go buy a burger. Meanwhile, you cut taxes on Jeff Bezos, he will actually go invest the money and probably go buy a jet, which therefore you need people to build it, therefore you employ people to build said jet, therefore running the jet company, and because the jet company needs fuel, you employ the energy companies. The jet company needs people, so therefore you'll get more people into the economy. Pope doesn't get that, as he says trickle-down economic policies don't work. However, just with the example I gave, it actually does grow the wealth, because by cutting the taxes on Bezos, not even Bezos wealthier, but the people who bought the plane from is also wealthier. Their employees are wealthier. They get some of that money that Bezos is now spending. since nobody. Yeah, honestly, this kind of reminds me of the broken window fallacy. But in reality, the broken window fallacy just means you're not buying what you need to buy. Like, for instance, say a company want. This actually ties into the riots, actually. Say there was a small business that was doing pretty good before the shutdowns. Because of the riots at the shutdown, the building was destroyed. Therefore, they had to buy the new building. Let's say they didn't have to buy a new building. Let's say they were actually planning on expanding the building. If the riots didn't happen and destroy their business, also the pandemic didn't happen to destroy their business, they'd have been able to buy two buildings, therefore get production up twice as much, therefore employing twice as many people, and twice as many people is better off. Now the broken window fallacy says, because I destroyed that building, they have to buy money to spend a new building. In reality, they didn't spend the money on where they needed to spend it. They had to spend it on repairs, therefore it was just sunk cost. But yeah, just want to say the Pope knows nothing about economics. And truth be told, this Pope right here is the reason why I'm not a Catholic. He claims to be against all weapons, despite the fact that, as Pope, he should know humans, by their nature, are pretty violent people. And the only way to stop bad men is good men with weapons. Otherwise, bad men will succeed. But, well, I guess that's going to be all today. Enough of my rambling. Solo, over and out.
Honest, the only reason you're calling for a ban on all weapons is because you don't have any armies left to wield them anymore.
That's not true.
Oh, I bet it is, though. I bet if you regained some of the political power you've lost throughout centuries of secularization, you'd change your tune about war and weapons right quick.
No, I wouldn't.
Bet you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but you would.
Dude, no, I would.
hereby dissolve the Church of England, resubmit to your divine authority, and pledge the full might of the British military to the defense and expansion of the Catholic Church.
Shoot all the Protestants, bomb all the churches, then burn all the heretics, conquer the Holy Land, nuke all the Turks and the Shintos and Methodists, bang, bang, exploding, hooray for the Pope!
See, I told you.
Dude, Medici fugue states don't count.